I should really get some music or something for when I have starting up screens. Okay, so what am I doing today? The last couple of streams I've been working on this Stream Deck project that I started last weekend. node.js app. It talks to the Stream Deck. There's actually a library out there, open source library found on GitHub for doing basically Stream Deck stuff. It'll react all the button presses. It'll send images to it, stuff like that. And then also using the OBS WebSocket library to communicate with OBS. So this is like weird for me because I don't normally develop on Windows. So I am doing Windows development using Visual Studio Code, which I have no clue how to use. I don't know. I did a sort of just a basic sort of test to make sure that this thing would work, and so far it's so good. I've just sort of made it so that I can change scenes, do sort of momentary things, do like you can hold the button in, it'll change the scene for a second, then go back to where it was at, which is good for like doing your stupid zooms or whatever. Or like a momentary scene, like if you go do like a BRB and then hit it again, it'll go back to the scene you were on before it started, so that we don't have to remember where you were at, stuff like that. And then I also had done the thing where the buttons will change depending on what scene you're on, because the original Stream Deck software doesn't support anything like that. So that's as far as I got so far. Today's sort of like cleanup. I know it's a real project now, so I'm going to go and add some stuff that I probably should have done at the beginning, but it's not worth wasting the time if you don't know something's going to be a viable project or not. But it's so far so good. So I want to just clean the code up a little bit, set up Babel so that I have real modules, because the modules, the export module system in regular Node is kind of gross. And then I'm also think I'm going to add Redux as a store, which I'll explain more later. But it's something I want to do now that as we start splitting out into more files and stuff, it's going to get harder and harder to keep track of actual state of the application. So it's better if I do it now, even if it probably feels like overkill for the few things I'm actually storing. But going forward, it would probably be better to have a central store for all the data, so that I don't have to kind of worry about what's going where and what files I add and all that other stuff. So that's the plan. I don't know. I have a couple hours, so I'm just going to kind of go through it, explain what I'm doing, that sort of thing. And then I do apologize for the a lot of the viewing is going to be with my because it is on my streaming computer. A lot of the viewing is going to be done with OBS open, so you're going to see the Windows to infinity and stuff. So just kind of ignore that. Any other programming project, that wouldn't happen, but because this one's sort of a rare one. So all right. So let me switch over to my stuff here. Yeah, just a basic Node.js server or app. There's only like 3 files. Yeah, and I'm going to try and get Babel working. I am kind of cheated a little bit and looked up how to do it. So only because I didn't remember. There's a couple weird file names and stuff as far as what modules to use and stuff. So let's see if I can find it again on my other monitor here. Here we go. All right, let's see here. All right, the noise. Every time it connects and disconnects from the WebSocket on OBS, it makes a noise. So I just usually kill the sound on my streaming computer so I don't have to hear it. All right. So I just need to install Babel. I'm just typing this right out of another page that I'm looking at, so don't think I'm like really smart or anything. Yeah, so don't think I'm like really smart or anything. What was that? That was weird. Okay. Lost my page. It's the problem when you have like 8,000 tabs open. There we go. Just going to pull that out into a separate window so that I don't lose it. Okay. All right. So I installed Babel CLI. I need to install a bunch of other stuff too. Reset ES 2015. Reset stage 2. And apparently I don't know how to spell install. We recommend using Babel preset env now. Please read Babel. Oh, great. Changes. Yeah, let's just go forward and see what happens. I need a start command. And then the other thing I want to do while I'm in here is I want to set up nodemon, so that way as I make changes, it'll automatically restart the program so that I don't have to keep doing it, because it's pretty obnoxious. Let's see if this works so far. Alright, let's see if I can change scenes here. Alright, good. So that worked so far. And then basically the only reason I did that is so that I can use new style modules, because Node realistically already supports a lot of the ES 2015 stuff, but it doesn't support the new style modules, and I'm going to be splitting out things to a lot of separate files, and I just don't really like the old style of using exports and stuff, so I want to do that. Okay, all right, so then I actually found another cheat sheet for the nodemon stuff, because, again, I could sit here and try and figure it out by hand, but why bother? This is not worth retreading. Nodemon. I should have used yarn. NPM is so slow. I was actually almost worried that I wasn't going to install because it's on Windows, but we're good. Awesome. And then what I'm going to do is add a watch command. That way I don't sort of confuse anybody else that actually tries using this code. Exec babel node presets. Same thing. ES 2015 stage 2. I hope that's right. This seems weird the way this is laid out, but all right, I'll try it. Why not? npm watch. Oh, npm run watch. You may restart anytime, RS watching. Okay. I don't want to watch everything because it's just going to be slow. So I'm going to watch... how do I do this? I forget the syntax for nodemon. Let's look it up real quick. I don't remember if it uses a config file or if you have to put everything on a... Oh, it does. Config file. These usually need nodemon JSON. Verbose, ignore, exec. Oh, you can put it in here. Okay. Then what's the watch command? I want to specifically watch a certain directory, I think. Or I guess I could just ignore all of node modules, right? That would be just as good. Let's do that. Ignore. I want to do it on the command line because it's faster. All right, so just dash ignore. Cool. All right, so dash ignore node modules. I think. I need a slash. All right. Oh, it's just not watching as many files. Oh, it started on its own. Good. Except it's still not watching the right thing, so I need to actually restart it for real. Then it should be good. Control C, Control C. That's not a good sign. Great. That's weird. Oh, my keyboard's not working. Oh, look at that. I think I might have crashed the whole process doing that. Okay, awesome. Can you tell I'm not a Windows developer? Let's try that again. All right, npm run watch. Wait, I made this change though, right? Yeah. So it should ignore that whole direct. Let me see what else is in here. Make sure there's nothing else worth ignoring. No, I don't think so. Because it's only a couple of files, right? Yeah. So it's like 3 files is watching. That should be fine. I mean, I could have it ignore images too, but I don't really think it makes a difference. Yeah, why not? Ignore images. Like, the least amount that it's watching, the better, I would think. All right. npm run watch. All right. So let me just change a file here and see what happens. And it still actually works, right? Yep. Cool. Good. All right, so I think that's all I needed for that. Of course, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to Control C again. That is really weird. Just real quick. Node mon Control C Windows. You did control. Great. I'm almost going to need like open up another terminal just to kill the program. Great. This is what I need. It'll still be easier in the long run, but I don't love that I can't do that. I mean, it's still working though. Yeah. It's bizarre. Huh. All right. I'm just gonna have to let it go for now. Of course, like now I want to install some stuff. I'd like to do a git commit, and I can't do it without just opening up within the terminal. And I guess killing the process. Okay. Oh, so it doesn't even let me look at processes that are running in another. It's really weird. Huh. So I have to kill it with the test manager. Oops. The test manager, I guess. Oh, it's also eating CPU. Oh, no, it's OBS. Okay. Ceph Bootstrap. I don't know what that is. I have no clue, but it looks like it has all these processes running. I don't know which one's right, which one's wrong. I don't know if it's like sub-processes or what. This might not be good. I might have to let this go. It's not. Maybe NodeMon just doesn't run well on Windows. Very possible. Let me try it one more time and just see what it does. I mean, if worse came to... all right, so 4 of these processes are this anyway. Okay. But then if I Control C, it goes to 3, but that's it. weird. All right, whatever. App crashed, waiting for file changes. Okay. Make sure I don't stop the first one. That's what I just learned. Okay. All right. I'll just let it go. That's fine. All right. So I'm going to start setting up Redux then, which I think all I need is the actual Redux library because this is a Node app, and I don't need all the other junk that you usually install also. I'm pretty sure. Why didn't I use Yarn? No, I might just actually switch to Yarn. I also wanted to, that's right, I wanted to put the stuff in Git too. Git add index package lock package. Added node one, not that I. Oops, that won't work. Yeah, okay. Cool. So then, do I have Yarn? Do I have to install it? I do. Install G Yarn. Yarn's just so much better. All right. And then what I'll do is remove the package lock, and I'll do a yarn install to get the yarn lock instead. Commit again, and then I'll install Redux. I'm doing this one time so I don't have to do this again. Ugh. What that whole Babel preset env now means. Travel ES preset env. So it's related to the preset ES 2015. So I guess the directions I'm looking at are just old. I don't know enough about Babel to understand it without reading it. One of those things I use a lot, but don't actually know how it works. Which unfortunately is way more many things that I'd like to admit. Turns out in this job you really don't know everything. I'm going to take a nap. You know what? Maybe I'll just Google this real quick while we're here. We recommend using Babel preset env. Babel preset env. All right. Babel preset that compiles ES 2015 down to ES5 without any configuration about exactly like the Babel preset list or Babel. Okay. Oh, I see. So it's just basically the ES 2015, 16, and 17 stuff all pushed together. I guess so you didn't have to, every year they're going to make you install a new one. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Again, really, I'm only doing this for the modules, but this is way more for browser stuff. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for the modules, I wouldn't even be thinking about it. And then what? You need to have a Babel file. All right, I'll probably set this up at some point. I'm not going to do it now, though. It'll get me what I need. Cool. All right, so then if I run yarn install again, it should be really fast. Awesome. Okay. Oops. Git status. Git add yarn.lock. Git remove package.lock. package.block.json. Oh, it's not remove, it's RM. All right. Cool. Switch to yarn because it's better. Okay. Yarn install save Redux. Errors replaced with outright add. I forgot about that. Okay. And if I look at the package.json, I look at the package.json. Error, missing list of packages to add to your project. What am I doing? I did it this way? Okay. Usually it doesn't matter. Cool. All right. All right. So the idea of Redux is it's a store, and basically you put all of the state of what you're working on into that one place. Everything in there is read only, and then in order to get stuff out or to put new stuff in it, you essentially run actions, and then the actions will manipulate the data inside the store to either add or remove or whatever things you need to do, but it's all done in one place basically. So for me, I'm currently storing state in two different files. We have these layouts here, which will eventually get split out into a separate config file. We have current layout, previous layout, current momentary button. We have the scene toggle thing. I might just leave that because that's very temporary. And then in the OBS file, we also keep track of current scene and previous scene. And it's already kind of complicated as to what goes where, and it's only going to get worse. I mean, eventually I'd like to get to the point where this has like a UI so that you can configure it in a way that you don't have to update a JSON file, and then once that happens, it's going to get really complicated as far as where files live and stuff, which I don't even know if I'm going to use like Electron or something in order to do like the UI part of it, or if we have to do something else, make it Windows only. I don't know. Like, I'm not totally sure where it's going to go from here, but I kind of want to get this in the right place now, so that I don't have to worry about it later when it starts getting really complicated. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. So we'll just start with the most basics, I think, which is I'll just create a new file and call it, I don't know, store, and then I'll put the entire store setup in here. So there's your actions. You have action like functions if you want them, or just you don't need to have them right off the bat. And then you have these things called reducers, and the reducers are the things that basically take the data that came in from an action and manipulate the state in an immutable way to update it with basically what changed. So that's where I'm going to start. I'd actually seen a place where they'd put it all into one file. And I think I might just start there, because it's just the easiest sort of way to do it. And then once it starts getting complicated enough, I'll split it out into like different reducers and all that stuff. So import create store from Redux. Yeah. And then I need to create my reducer. So I'm just going to make one reducer function for now. Const reducer, I like the style better, equals state, and then the action. And then once you have your reducer functions, and this basically right now is the big switch statement. So you'll look at the action, you'll see what type it is, and then based on the action type, you then do some kind of different reducing thing to get your updated state, basically. And then I just need to create the state, or create the store that holds the state, basically. And then export it, I think. I think that's all I have to do. It gets more complicated as you have more reducers, because the idea is that you can start composing the reducers, like having different ones for different sections of your app and stuff. You start basically taking this one big store and splitting up into smaller pieces. Even though it's still the same object, it's kind of fakes the idea of having different ones. But at the end of the day, you can look at one spot and see all your data or all your state for your particular app right there. So it's kind of neat the way it does it. It's super simplistic, which is awesome. Export default create store. All right. So that will give me my store. Then with the store, you can then dispatch your actions on top of it. Equals. Let's put a dummy in there for now. Okay. That's as basic as it gets. So the idea now is that I need to start converting the places where I keep state into these actions that I send to the reducer. So let's do the most simple version here. In OBS, when you connect the first time, when you connect the first time, I need to immediately get what scene I'm on. And I actually keep track of current scene and previous scene for doing the toggle stuff. So I just preload the values in there. So here would be like the perfect place to do to grab the store, or to set up the store, or to set an action to update the store with what the scene is. That's a lot of words to do something very simple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do import store from store. Right, and then in here, I'm just going to say store.dispatch, and then I give it a type. So I'm going to say set scene, and eventually you do these in, like, you use constants for these so that they're consistent across your entire app, but I'll get to that in a minute. So type set scene, and then value, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. We'll put what I'm setting here, right? So it's this thing, current scene object. So it essentially call this action. I don't know why this is hanging. Call this action called set scene with this value, which is a current scene object, and then basically put it in the store. So I have to now, in the store, create a reducer, or update the reducer to check for that action, basically. So action type case set scene, break in there so I don't forget, and then actually return the updated state. So how am I doing this here? So I would do, and the it's so weird the way you have to kind of do it, because all right, I don't need to break because I'm returning. You need to make sure it's the totally updated object that you would basically return, because it makes it, essentially the reducer is immutable. So you could run this function 1,000 times and you're going to get the same exact values out of the bottom as you would in the top. So what I need to do is return. So I grab basically the state as it is now. And then I also add the change. So the change is and this is already, I'm already changing it. So this is initial scene because I want to do this bit here where I'm setting current scene and previous scene to the value that I'm sending. Where in normal cases, the reducer would be set the current scene to this one, but before you do that, set the previous scene to the one that was already there. So I'm gonna have to keep track of that stuff. I'll have a different set scene after this initial one, but for right now, I'm gonna just say current scene is action.value because that is what's here, and also previous scene action.value. I think that will work. The only thing I want to do also is, as a debug method, I'm going to, you can basically subscribe to the store, so whenever something changes, essentially whenever a reducer runs, it will call the functions that are subscribed to that event. I'm just going to put that in there as a debug method for now, so that way I can see what changes are being made. Just because there's no, like when you're doing this in the browser, there's a lot of good tools for being able to see what's in the state. But when you're doing this, I don't really have anything that I know of anyway, but honestly, I haven't looked that hard yet. But either way, excuse me, I want to, I just want to see. I want to make sure that I'm seeing the changes as they're coming in. So, so I'm just going to do a cheat and spit out what actually came through here. So store.get state. Now every time every time a reducer is called, I guess as a dispatch is called, and the reducer runs, it should give me the state after that reducer is finished, I believe. And just for now, I'm not going to run my watch thing because I'm just worried about it eating my PC or my PC. So I'm just going to do. I'm just going to restart it and stuff for the moment. All right, so store is not defined. Why? All right, I'll do this. No, wait. Oh, I see what I did. All right. Let store equals this. I'm trying to call it before it's actually created. And then I will just return it. Undefined. What's undefined? Is the reducer getting called at all? Console.log state action. I actually did change this, right? I didn't. Okay, that's why it didn't work. Good. Start again. Cool. So yeah, so the it does call an init function. That's right. Redux calls an init function when the store starts up, and then here is the action that came in. Set initial scene. So this is basically what was dispatched to it. This bit here. It basically yeah. So basically, this is the object that comes over the WebSocket, and then I put it right into the store. And then I do my manipulation stuff there, and now current scene. This is now the state as it is now. Current scene is this. Previous scene is also that. Perfect. That's what I want. Now, anywhere that I use that, so wherever I use these current scene and previous scene, I also want to, I'm going to then update them to read those out of the store, basically. But I have one other place that I need to now update that, send another dispatch, which is whenever a scene is actually changed in OBS, it'll send a WebSocket back saying that the scene's changed, and I have an event handler for that. So that way, even if I change scenes in OBS directly, I still get to keep track of those changes. So that way, I know what my previous scene is and stuff. So, I need to make sure that I have a handler for that too. So basically, I will do another dispatch here, and then I'm not going to care about any of this logic anymore because I'm going to put that into my reducer instead. So we're going to do set scene for this. We're going to update it with data, like so. And then what I need to do is make another reducer here. Well, it's not really another reducer. It's another case in the reducer. So this is set scene. And then what I need to do is make sure I know what my current scene is, right? Current scene equals state.current scene. Then what I do here is I set previous scene equal to current scene equal to the one that I just did. So now it should be, the previous scene should always be one behind every time that its scene changes. And that's actually just really easy to test. So restart. All right, so I have my current scene, I have my previous scene, so now I'll switch to Polaroid and then back to full screen HDMI. When I do that, it should, current scene should then be full screen HDMI, previous scene should be Polaroid. All right. So let's see here. Current scene, full screen HDMI. Previous scene, Polaroid. Perfect. So far, so good. Yeah, I could probably get rid of this debug message now because we know it's working. Or I'll just comment it because I may need it later. Cool. Now, everywhere that these are actually being used, I need to pull them back out of the state. Which you use get state. And I don't know if you can give get state like a parameter so that it'll only pull a particular key, or if I have to. Yeah, I should probably look that up real quick. Streaming on your dev box is not great. I don't know how people do this all the time. Redux get state. Let's see. So no, it only returns the entire thing. Down the road, I know there's other add-ons you can do, like, because I would like to have, there's one that's like a watcher. So, well, all right. So the way it works in React is generally controller or components. I'm trying to think of the right words. Components will essentially watch a particular part of the state and automatically update themselves if it changes. So for example, you have, like, on the left side you have like a list of users, and on the right side you have like an edit screen. And say you click on somebody on the left, it pops up on the right, you make a couple edits and hit save. If you, when you hit save, update the state in the list of users on the left without having to go back and tell the list that something happened, and to go back and get the list of users again, it will automatically see that the list has changed and re-render itself. The way you can do it in like a Node app is there's something called Redux Watch, which essentially will watch a key value in the state. It'll basically just do what I'm doing now, where it's subscribed and it's checking everything. And then if it's a particular one that you're watching, it'll call a callback instead. So you don't have to watch the whole thing all the time. You can watch something in particular. It makes it really sort of distinct as to what you actually want to do with it. So yeah, but we're starting simple. So I'm just going to go with get state. I'm going to check the value that I care about, and then I'm going to update my changes. I'm going to update my code to use that instead of looking at these temporary values, which should be fairly straightforward, I think. Yeah, all right. So let's see here. Get current scene. All right, so here's a good example. I'm going to go return get state. Nope. Store.getState. Current scene. Or I guess do that just in case. Return, we're going to do this or this. Okay. Set scene I don't have to do anything with. This is essentially OBS generally becomes the source of truth for what's actually happening. So all this is doing is shooting in a WebSocket event out to OBS to actually do what it wants to do. There may be cases where I may want to like catch this and do something with it. Like right now, all I'm doing is spitting out to the console. But I may want to set something up so that if you try to switch to a scene that doesn't exist anymore, for example, or something, that it actually does something a little more useful than just spitting out a message. But for right now, I'm going to just leave it. Same thing, set previous scene. Again, that's just sending something to OBS, so I don't care. All right. Where else do I use these current scene things? Don't I use them anywhere else? That seems... Oh, right. I'm not using current scene, I'm using previous scene. So I need to do... This is always going to be set, so there shouldn't be any case where there is no if previous scene. It's going to be there. So what I just want to do is... I need a function like this for previous scene too. All right. Things I haven't thought about yet. Let's do the hackiest thing right now. Previous scene. Previous scene. Previous scene. Alright. That way I don't have to have this code somewhere else. Alright, so then OBS set current scene will... Alright, so I can get rid of all this. And then just do obs.set current scene to... And I actually got to send it the name, right? So get previous scene name. Like so. That. I'll get rid of this. Get rid of that. Deleting code is the best. Is this anywhere used anywhere else? Nope. Cool. Get rid of this. That is a good start. For sure. Let's see if it actually works. I basically have to test all the functions again. All right, so I have what? We have basic scene switching, right? So 2, 3, 1, that works. Okay, good. We have our momentary ones, or not the momentary. We have the toggle ones. So BRB, and hit it again. Yep, it goes back to the previous scene, and then we have the zoom, which is a momentary button. So I just held it in, and as soon as I let go, it goes back. And then my toggle buttons at the bottom. So make me disappear, make me reappear. Keyboard shows up. Yep, cool. That's looking pretty good. I was just looking at the... Oh, wait, I never restarted. Did I? See, I was already getting accustomed to having NodeMon. Of course it was working, because I didn't have any changes yet. I know, I may have restarted. I don't even remember now. I'll just do a real quick test again. Yep. Everything works. Okay. All right, cool. The only thing that looks weird is it looks like some events are getting reset again. Like there shouldn't be five calls to this, so I'm not totally sure what that's about. And then also it looks like the same thing's happening here. Oh, okay. I guess because there's an error and then something's happening. All right, good. So we're not totally set. Cannot create property request type on string. Full screen HDMI. I don't know what that means. Yeah, something's not quite right here. All the events are getting reset. Or resent like 4 times. And then there's that weird error. Did that do it from the beginning? So what I think's happening is I'm sending the object to OBS instead of the name somewhere. Let me see here. So set scene, sending the scene name, set previous scene, get previous scene name. Is this right? Get state previous scene. This should totally be working. Console.log, setting, scene name. Let me make sure this isn't an object. Those errors only seem to show up when it's to previous scene. And then I'll actually just pull this out too and see what it is. Yeah, the errors that come from sending stuff over the OBS WebSockets are not great. I still don't understand why these things are getting run multiple times, though. All right, let's see here. Setting scene, full desktop camera. Oh, right away. Huh. What did I do? I didn't change anything in index at all, so I don't know why. What could have happened here? These messages are from the store, so it's like things are getting dispatched multiple times. It's setting correctly. I don't see that error now, but I do see all these repeats. doesn't make a lot of sense. It's almost like, just double check and make sure there's not still processes running. Ah, that's what it is. Something's not right. I wonder if this is still left over from the last time I ran the watch. Apparently NodeMon does not work on Windows. I better just watch that again. Let me just see. I'll run it once. Kill it. Look, they're not going away. Oh, this is great. Huh. I wonder, maybe it is maybe it's a yarn issue. npm start. All right, 3 processes. Or maybe it's just Babel. I don't need this. Not going away. Oh, man. And now I'm noticing I never did see these disconnect messages coming from OBS at the bottom. I'll actually kill it. Yeah, disconnected. All right. I gotta fix this one. I normally would let it go, but this is too much. Babel node leaves running process. That's probably why Control C wasn't working. I'm sure. Oh, 2015. Was the problem then? Confirm. Okay. I wonder if I should do the M thing while I'm here. If I'm going to be messing with Babel anyway. You can run leaves running product, cancel concurrent test, leaves running processes, even. Huh. Babel node. All right, let's see here. Is the root process response Babel? Which process? Yeah, one file that you can install kexec along, which will attempt to use before falling back. Just add kexec in your package.json alongside Babel. Really? In Windows too? You know, I should double check it. Let me just add Windows to this query. I should have did this in. If I didn't need to have OBS, I totally wouldn't be. I'd be doing this on my Mac. Windows development always just makes it harder. It's not that I dislike it. It's just I always have problems because it's not my normal environment. I don't know. Babel node cannot work on Windows. Well, it works. It just doesn't work great. Node modules bin Babel node CMD. I don't know. I have Workaround. Win start. Node CMD. I mean, is that actually a thing? Oops. Wrong window. Node modules bin. Let's see. Babel node CMD. Okay. Sure. I don't know. I'll try it. Maybe it'll work. Package.json. Call it win start. And Babel. So instead I'll do no, I guess I could just do this. Node modules dot bin dot babel node dot cmd. You need the dash in front of oops. You need the slash in front of it? You do, okay. Like that. I don't know. I'll see if it works. But see, the CMDs probably aren't going to work in Bash. But I wonder what's different about them. You know, I should probably look. Oh wait, yeah, no, that's right. So let's see. Babel node, regular one. So very simple thing. And then, oh, so yeah, that's not going to work. I don't know. I mean, I'll make sure that I'm running the right one. I doubt that's going to do anything. Let's see. Because I don't think I have it installed globally anyway, so it's not going to matter. npm, well, yarn start, doesn't matter. 3 things. Great. All right, so it just means I'm going to have to do this for a while. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out at some point. I mean, the other thing I can do is I could just run. I could run Babel to compile it, and then run the compiled version if I had to. But I mean, that's just going to make everything even slower. I guess I'm kind of happy that it's not NodeMon that's actually the problem. How would that work? So I would just do. Would you give it a? Let's see here. I just wanted curious if it's like. You just give it like an output directory or something. File name. This will be used as source. Watch destination. Compile all input directory of modules and do an output. Okay. Yeah, let's try it real quick. I don't know. Compile. I don't know. Compile. Bible. This, and then out into an out directory. Right? Like that. And then run the out directory. So what would that be? And can I just do something like this? Node out index.js. Does that work? Yarn start compile. That didn't work. Yarn run compile. Actually, oh, it didn't do everything. But did it actually include stuff or? Yeah, I mean it worked, but it doesn't do all the files, I guess. You have to tell it where all the files are. What would that be? That, maybe? File names required for out there. No. All right. I have no idea how to do this. Run Babel on all files. Compile the script. Compile. You compile the entire source directory and add output. Oh, I see. All right, so I just put like a dot there or something. I really wish I didn't have to go through this. That's not going to work. Unless it's only picking certain stuff. No, it's trying to do everything. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right, forget it. I'll just deal with it. Whatever, it's fine. Stop. Windows development is awful. All right. Good? Great? Fantastic. Start. Okay. All right. So, I want to test all my buttons again, make sure they're working, right? Mostly the toggle stuff, which isn't working. Okay. All right. So, what did I mess up here? Getting seen the previous. Cannot create property request type on string full screen HDMI. That is not super helpful. What did I mess up? Oh, I think I know what I did. When you send something to... Yeah, that's what it is. When you send something to OBS over the WebSocket, you gotta send it like an object. That's right. Like that. Well, now I gotta kill the process, because this is stupid. I will figure that out. Even if I do it off stream, I will figure it out. All right. So now let's make sure my toggles work. BRB, back. Cool. Zoom, works. Okay, awesome. So that's the state. Yeah, so that's a state for all my scene stuff so far. So that's good. Cool. I can get rid of these debug messages. And that's essentially everything that's going to be in this OBS file. Yeah. I don't love this. This looks too repetitive for me, but I'm just going to kind of let it go. Yeah. That's fine. It's fine for now. Is there anything in here that I don't need to get rid of? Nope. All right, good. All right, so then I'll move on to the main index file. Close some stuff here. Oh, wait, let me double check here. This is the Stream Deck stuff. I don't really have much here yet. Once I start setting buttons and stuff, we'll actually have some code here, but yeah, I don't need to change anything in there, so leave it. User, close that, close this, save that. Okay. All right, so then all this state stuff in here I want to switch out. So the layouts I'll leave alone for the moment. But this stuff with current layout, previous layout, current momentary button, these I want to move into the Redux store. So what I'll do is in here, when you set the initial state here, what I will do is instead, state equals, I'm going to actually set that main bit now so that I don't have to worry about it. So we'll do current layout and previous layout, and we'll set them to main. So that way it's default. Like this will basically be the default value for it. So then I don't have to think about it again. And then we'll do state equals initial state. Okay. And then current momentary button will be null. Yeah. And I may not even put this in there. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'm not sure if I need to put this in the state or not because it's like a temp variable that's used right here. I don't know. I'll see. But I'm more worried about these current layout and previous layout things. They're the big one. And essentially, it's the button layouts that we have currently set up. So this is the main one. And then I have a sounds layout that that I was using as sort of like a test. There's a button at the bottom that's switches it using momentary layout, switches it to the layout called sounds. This is the layout called sounds. It does some other stuff. All it does is basically print out a text message, but it's there. And then when you let go, it goes back to the main again. So I'm not sure if I want to put this in the state or not. I mean, I can, but it's not really used anywhere except here and here. I don't know. I'll think about it. Let's do this first, though. So these two are set now. I need to update the layout when the button's pressed. So what do we do? We're setting previous layout equals current layout, current layout. So this is the bit where I want to dispatch something. So let me grab my store, my main file here. Put that up in the top. And then we already know it's set to main. So what I'll do here is I'll get current layout store.get state current layout and previous layout. And then I can essentially get rid of these. Okay. Actually, I guess I could do this, couldn't I? I think. All right, let's see here. All right, so then this stuff will work. This will work, but then here I need to do my dispatch. So I would do store.dispatch. Type would be what was I using for the other ones? All right, so it would be set layout. And then my value for that would be this. All right, and then I would make a reducer for set layout. Almost going to be identical to this, so I'm just copy and paste. Set layout. No, let's try that again. And current layout. And then previous layout. Be that. Okay, so that will, yeah, if we get a set layout type, it's going to grab the existing value, which would be main right now. Use all of the state that we have so far. Update current layout to the value that was passed. Set the previous layout to what we grabbed here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And there's one other place where I set a layout, right? Or do I? Yes, I do. I have to change it back. And all I do is previous layout. So all I do is like revert them. So like in theory, I don't even have to have any logic here. I could just like say revert layout or something and then just do it inside the reducer. And that'll be a lot cleaner. Right, because I swap the layout. Yeah, I put the current layout back to what was in previous, and then I take previous and essentially this is equal to current already. So I'm essentially just swapping them back. So yeah, revert works. So I'll just I'll do it there, and then it's a lot cleaner. Revert layout. All right, so I have the current layout. We're going to set the previous to the current. We're going to set the current to the previous. That. Actually, I don't even need to do temporary values because this is immutable anyway. So it's not like I'm actually changing it. I could just do this. This is going to be right. And same, I might as well just do that, get into the habit of doing this. Because it's going to be right. And here. It's like habits from doing, you know, when you're actually mutating stuff all the time. It's hard to drop those habits. Yeah. All right, so current equals this. Previous equals what was in current. Current equals previous. Previous equals current. That should work. All right. The way to test this is, it's kind of hard to see because you have to see it in the log, but I essentially have to. I have two button steps. So I have a, oh boy, what do I do? Syntax error. Current layout is read only. Oh, shoot. Right. Oh, you know what? I'm not done. I gotta put some more stuff in here. I'm not actually using these values yet. Yeah, I gotta fix that first. All right. So I'm grabbing current value and previous layout here. I need to also grab them here. Put this at the top just for consistency. Like so. What's the red X for? What's that mean? I know nothing about Visual Studio Code. Oh, this is Git stuff. Right. Okay. All right, so then I remove these. Get rid of them now. Const current scene name equals get scene name. That's all good. Toggle scene item. That's fine. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see if it yells at me now. Still yelling at me. Where? 107. Oh, I did the same thing here. Forgot to remove the lines. Let's get rid of it here too. Okay. Cannot find module store. No, it wouldn't be there. It would be in lib. Okay, good. So far, so good. All right, so now I have a button that will, if I hit the bottom right button, it should change the layout from main to sounds, which should show up in the debug messages. Hero down, undefined. Oh, I can't put those debug messages at the... let me fix... Oh, you know what, that's fine. Current layout, main, previous layout, main. Okay, and then while I'm holding this down, if I hit the top left button, I think I have it programmed to, yeah, it'll say the I'm a button in the sounds layout bit. Which it didn't. Okay. Fun. Yeah, it didn't. Okay, so I don't even know why it just zoomed in on me. That was weird. That's not the button I hit, is it? Oh, I hit the wrong button. All right, so let me hit enter a couple times here. I can see what I'm doing. All right, so I held the button down. Yeah, so now current layout sounds, previous layout main. If I hit the top left button, it should print out my debug message. I'm a button on the sounds layout, and then if I let go, yeah, current layout main, previous layout sounds. So it swapped them again. So the revert worked also. Cool. So now all the state for layouts is now in there as well, which is what I wanted. I just need to fix these. I need to fix this debug message. I didn't even realize that it was coming from values I'm pulling here, so. Fine. And then same with this one. Good, good, good. All right. That's good. It definitely makes things easier to understand once you sort of wrap your head around the Redux stuff. But to not have to worry about where variables are sitting, definitely makes things better. All right, I'm just trying to think if there's any other places that I need to do that. And I guess for safety's sake, well, why do I use this? Let's see. I mean, I have these two variables that are kind of temporary. I know they're only going to live inside this one file, but does it make sense, even for debugging purposes, to swap this stuff out and also put it in the store, just so that I know it's there? Yeah, I probably should. Right, because then I can have an action to, like, I'll set this and then I can have an action to clear it, right? And it'll be very deliberate in the code what it's actually trying to do. Yeah, you know what, we'll do it. That's fine. Yep. All right. I forget the best way to delete a variable from an object immutably. So I'm going to have to look that up. But yeah, all right, let's do that. Especially since this is already this is screaming to be an action as it is. Well, not really. Well, it really is. All right, so let's do that. So store dispatch. We're going to do type set momentary button value. I'm just going to shove the whole object in there for now. And then I need to have a reducer for that. Right? Oh, wait. I need to copy paste this first. And you can kind of see that you need to start splitting the reducers up because they do start to get messy. Okay, so what are we going to call it? We're going to call it, we'll just call it what I called here. Current momentary button. And we'll set it to value. No, well, yeah, action.value. Right, and then I need to have a reset also. Because once you use it, oh, not reset, I guess I'll call it clear. And I am not sure how to, I mean, I could just set this to null, but I would rather wipe it out, I think. No, you know, I'll just set it to null. Set it to null here, and then I'll also set it in the initial state. That's fine. So where I set it to null in here, grab that. Where I set it to null, where do I set it to null? Do I set it to null? If current momentary button and oh, here we go. Set it to null. I'll just do type is clear momentary button, no value. There. Let's make sure that's the right clear momentary button. Yes. Sets it back to null. Let's set the null here. Cool. And then I will just pull it out of the store or out of the state up here, just like I'm doing the other ones. I do use it in a couple places here. Here. That way the key will come through because even though it's set to, even though the value is null, the key will still come through. So this hopefully won't break this. So yeah, null is the right choice for that. All right. Okay. And then I also need to add it here. Do I actually use it? Or do I just set it? I'm not totally sure. I just set it. All right, so I don't need it there. Do I actually use previous layout here at all? I don't, so I don't need this either. All right, so I can get rid of this. Let's see. Current layout we use, right? Yep. Previous layout we use. Right? Oh, you know what? We don't use previous layout anymore because the revert function is now in the reducer. So I can get rid of that. And comment momentary button we do use. Okay. That should be pretty clean. Okay. So I can get rid of this, hopefully. And let's see. That was weird. Oh, I got to kill the process. All right. I'll probably spend some time tomorrow researching how to fix this bit. It's just not worth me digging through Stack Overflow for 2 hours on stream. So I'll come back to it because I don't want to kill this process every time I restart. It's just not worth it. All right, current momentary button is read only. Oh, right, because I didn't remove this. Hopefully that's the only spot. If this is reading. It's not here. Okay, That should be the only spot. Okay. So it's easy to check. I hold the bottom button in. It should switch to the sounds layout. It did. Oh yeah. So then the current momentary button right there. So it's XY. Yeah, it's X4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yep. It's the right button. It says what type of key it is, what layout it's going to, all that other stuff. And then I let go. Current momentary button goes back to null. All right, let me do it one more time. I hold it in. I hit the top left. It should show me a debug message. It does. And I let go and it goes back and it's null again. Yeah, that's it. It's perfect. First try. And then, all right. Then the last thing is, do I do the scene toggled one as well? That is the temporarily, yeah, I'm not doing this one because it's such a temporary variable. And it's actually probably a better way. I think this was a hack that I was putting together last week because I just wanted to get it working. The logic is kind of weird, so I made sure that I had it. Yeah, I just was keeping track of a temporary variable. So I'm going to just leave that the way it is. It's not worth keeping it in the state. And if anything, it's worth me trying to refactor this in a way that I don't need it at all. But I'm not going to worry about it for now. Yeah, that's Redux. That's awesome. That actually went way faster than I expected. I would probably want to put these layouts also in there, just for consistency. They don't actually change. Yeah, you know what? I probably should just to have them, and then I can pull them out here. Let's do that. In fact, I'll just put them in a whole other file, just temporarily. Let's call it layouts.js, and then I'll pop it into the store. And then I just got to run an action here, right? Store.dispatch type set layouts. Yeah, that's fine. Layouts. Value. And I'll just put layouts. And then I will grab the layouts here in the state and here. Right? And then I actually need to still import this even though I'm not actually going to use it for anything. So, you know, I'll just so that I have something, I'll just export it back out. But not actually use it. Can I just import without getting anything? Lib or layouts? This is not ideal the way I'm doing this. But I need to run it, but I don't actually need anything from it. I just need it to actually do its thing. It would almost be like an event, like, I don't know. I somehow need to get the index file to say that it exists, but it doesn't actually do anything. I don't know. We'll see if that works. Not totally sure. All right. I just need to make a reducer now. You know, I don't like set layouts. How about init layouts? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Set layout init layouts equals action dot value. And then, yeah, then when I grab it from here, should be good. Yeah. All right, let's try it. Okay, current layout main, previous layout main. Hold the button in. Oh, failed. What did I do wrong? That import didn't actually do anything, did it? Oh, wait, no, layout's main. It is set. What did I mess up? Index.js 34. Oh, you know, I didn't, first of all, I didn't kill my process here. I'm getting double log messages, which is just making it confusing. Try that again. All right, holding it in. There we go. Sounds. Hit the button. Works. Yeah, so I was just running two processes at once. Gross. That's good. Yeah, I think that's everything that I need for the Redux stuff. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. All right, awesome. Get that into Git. That's a U? Yeah. All right, and give that a commit and say added Redux and stuff. Yeah, that's it. Cool. All right, well that is way more than I expected to get done in the, how long have I been going? Hour and a half. Let's see here. Let's cross stuff off my notes here, which I probably should have done before I committed. That's fine. Added Redux as store. Yep. Sweet. So yeah, it's all images now, which yeah, I don't know if I was totally prepped for. Commit updated notes. Git push. All right, let me take a 5-minute break. Make myself some more tea, and then try and make a decision on if I'm going to keep going, because the images stuff is going to be weird. Like I think I'm going to start with just doing like colors first, and make sure that make sure I fill all the buttons with colors, and have it sort of toggle them based on what scene you're on and stuff, and then eventually mess with the images. But problem with images is you need to essentially like do text, like writing text on top of it, like bring a image in, write text on top of it. Eventually I like to put some kind of like gradients in the back and stuff like that. So it's like that in itself is a fairly large project, which I'm not sure I'm ready to tackle today or not. And then also with this business of it not removing processes like these, I'm a little frustrated with it too. So I'm not sure what I should do, but take a 5-minute break, regroup, and then figure out what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. Except my button didn't work because I don't have the program on, so I have to actually click it. I'll be right back. All right. So yeah, I'm going to at least take a shot at the color stuff for the buttons. At least maybe try setting it up. I'm going to give myself like a half hour and probably bail after that. But maybe if I could just have it basically define what the colors will be, and maybe, I don't know, lay it out and see what they look like. I don't know if I'll get as far as having it like toggle to red when you switch to a particular scene or something. I don't know. I'll just start and see what happens, and then go as far as I can in roughly a half hour. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's go to it. All right. So I think the way that I want to start is by I'm almost thinking that I'll put it right into the layout as to what it's supposed to do. So like I'll do like like untoggled state or something, like no, toggled state look attributes, I don't know, something. No, let's just no. I don't want to do that. I want to have something where it's like visual. I don't like. I'm trying to find the right word, and it's tough. But essentially, I want to have like toggle mode, untoggle. You know what? Let's do visual. I don't know what to call it. Whatever, it's fine. All right, so untoggled type color green, whatever. That's not untoggled. Is that even a word? Toggled. I don't know if this isn't necessarily what I want, but let's just start there, because then it'll be like image. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. All right. I'll just set that for the first 5 buttons for now. This is super ugly, so I don't know if it's going to stay, but the other thing I need to do is I need to sort of keep track of the state of all the buttons. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I went. That's 5. All right, top 5 buttons. I need to keep track of the state of the buttons right now. So essentially, I need to have a just like a variable, just almost basically set up like this layouts thing, except essentially empty. So like const button state equals an array, and then inside of there is an array of 5 buttons, right? So it would be that's the whole thing. 3 rows, right? And then each one of those has 5 buttons in it, right? Except they're not arrays, they're objects. This is gross, but it's fine. And then we will fill them up when we initialize, I guess. All right, and then I'll just put them into this store. So store dispatch type set initial board state. I don't need to put all this. Let's put init board state. Value is button state. Okay. And you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to put it right in the store init stuff. Just scrap all that. go right here in the init and just pop it in there. Oh, come on. Undo. There we go. You gotta be kidding me. Try that again. Control C. Control V. This is my first time programming. I don't love that. Whatever, it's fine. It's a first draft. Button state. All right. Alright, so then I don't need to do any of this because it's already init and it's in there. All right. So now when this layout stuff is probably going to move already. But essentially this is probably where I'm going to start using that Redux watch stuff where I look for changes and then make updates based on that. So like I have let me think here. I essentially, sorry, just making sure I'm on the right team. I essentially, anytime a layout's changed, right? That means I need to watch. This variable, this current layout thing. I almost need to watch this, and when this changes, I need to loop through all the buttons and see what I should be putting in basically what I should be sending out to the actual Stream Deck. It seems like the first thing I'd want to do. The initial state, the problem is going to be I'm going to have to force it when it first loads because that event will never happen because it's in the initial state. Like, because this is never going to actually trigger because when the state is started up, when the store started up, basically, this is already set to main. So it'll never trigger that watch thing to actually run. So I need to force it the first time, and then the rest of the time it should work inside the watch. So, all right, let me do this. Let's install this Redux watch thing, first of all. Yarn add Redux watch save. While it's doing that, I will go look it up. Redux watch. I don't actually need a watch. There we go. Yeah, so it's actually super easy. You just, it's one function. You watch the particular object path, and if it changes, it calls a function. It really has no other setup, which is actually pretty cool. Okay. So what I will do is, that's done. Okay. I'm going to put it in this layouts file for now. It doesn't feel like it should be here, but whatever. It's all good. I'll just collapse this so I don't get confused myself. So grab the watch thing, right? Why type when you can copy paste? All right, and then I will essentially, I just want to, where is it again? Store is the Redux. Store. So you, all right, so the watch actually returns a function, and then you pass that function to subscribe. That is really weird. I'm just going to copy that because it's kind of hard to follow. There's a lot of parens. Okay. And then I'm just watching the current layout, right? Yeah, current layout. So I will just double check that this works first. New object path. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, and that's imported. That's there we go. Cool. So let's just try it real quick. Right. And I should, when I switch the layout with my toggle button at the bottom, it should trigger this something change from something or other. All right, so trigger. Did it work? Yeah, here we go. Current line changed from main to sounds. Current layout changed from sounds to main, and it did it immediately, right? Yeah, it does it immediately. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I want, because now what I can do is I can pull in the current layout again, right? Yeah, I can pull the current layout again here and then loop through any button changes that I need to make. Check if they've changed. I guess what I'd have to do now is check if they've actually changed between what they're supposed to be and what is in the state, which is in the store, which is this stuff, and then update them accordingly. Ooh, this is going to get messy. It's going to get really messy. Okay. I need to cut part of this out. So let's call this const update button state. Yeah. Update button state. And then essentially I want to grab all this garbage out right here. Right, and then okay, make sure that still works. Kill the process. Just want to make sure that I refactored that correctly. Yeah, okay. All right, so now what do I want to do in this? Oh, that's right. The reason I refactored it in the first place is because then I need to also actually call it on the initial run. So this will be on when you're first starting this layouts.js up. So we already know it's going to be... No, actually, if I was smart, I would still grab the current layout previous layout equal store.get state, just to be on the safe side. All right, so this is what new value, old value. So new value, so it would be these, and then we know it's current layout. There. So not only will it be watching for all other times that the current layout changes, but then I also run it manually the first time. So that way the initial button layout will get set. Shoot. Must kill process. So yeah, it still ran current layout change from main to main. Yeah, great, perfect. Okay, so now that I have all this stuff, what do I actually have to do? I need to let my dumb dog out. Probably. I may need to let my dumb dog out. So I think I need to loop through. I need to grab the current layout, right? I need to grab the current layout. I need to loop through all of the buttons in the current layout. Anything that has a visual thing in it, I basically set them. Oy. Trying to think how to do this with the reducer too. So like, all right, so let's do this. All right, so 4x, I can't believe I'm using loops. Let x equal 0. X is less than 5 because we're looping through columns first, right? Or do we loop through rows first? I forget. How did I do it elsewhere? Or maybe I just did 4 loops and didn't even count the layouts. Layout, current layout, row, col. Okay, so it's row column. So it's essentially Y first. Okay. Less than 3. This is going to be gross for a little bit. I'll just let Y equals 0. Y less than 5. Y plus plus. All right. I will clean it up. I can use ranges and stuff. I just want to get something working. All right. And then what I want to do is I want to make sure I grab my current layout, right? So I need to store.get state, get my current layout, and then also grab it from the layouts. So store.get state dot layouts, and then that's keyed like that, I think. Let layout, let layout equal that. Okay. And then I should be able to console log layout x y and get a button. Get all the buttons. Let's see if that works. What am I looking at here? Yep, and that's in the right order too. That's my top left button. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. All right, so that is correct. The only thing I should do is switch these in here because I'm going to confuse myself because they're actually backwards. This is Y. This is X. Like that. I know it's weird, but Y, 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 X, 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 Y, X. Yeah, that's right. Let me just double check again one more time, just so, because if I screw this stupid part up, I will be dealing with it for a while. Yep, full screen HDMI, full day. Yeah, okay, so that's right. Okay, cool. So then now what I do is I check to see if it's got a visual. Right? All right, so let key equals layout Y, X. Okay. Actually, I have that conversion function. Like I could just go from 0 to 14 or 1 to 15 and convert and get the XY. Then I don't have to worry about this. I may just do that. Let me just, oh, you know what? And that might even be better because, the buttons internally in the Stream Deck library are stored as 1 through 15. So maybe I don't care about the grid. I only care about, yeah. All right. All right. No, this is fine. Let me just start and see if this works. All right. So if key and key dot visual, I essentially want to, I'm not storing whether they're toggled or not. Yeah, that's right. All right. If key and key is visual, and if this is a hack for now, this will change. If untoggled, right? Store dot dispatch type set button X is X Y value is key dot visual dot untoggled. So I'm going to write a reducer called set button that essentially loops through my button state stuff and automatically sets what I pass it, which is essentially this type color green, as the value. Obviously this has nothing to do with the toggling yet. I haven't thought about how I'm going to handle toggling, because not all buttons have toggles. Only things like scene selections have toggles. Well, scene selections have toggles. Momentary buttons have toggles. I guess even like my things at the bottom where I switch the sources on and off have toggles. It's probably a decent amount, but I'm going to have to write some code to actually tell the system that it's toggled on or it's toggled off, because it doesn't inherently know until you actually hit the button and it figures out what the current state is and then swaps it or whatever it has to do. But yeah. All right, so let me do my set button doodad here. And essentially, yeah, so when I do the set button, it's going to find the right spot in here and put it in. And eventually, I think I'm just going to make this an array of 15 objects instead. And then they'll represent what's in the library. That'll make it a lot easier. Let me just see. Do I still have this open? The Stream Deck library. I don't think I do. Let me just look at it real quick. Stream Deck node.js. Yeah, it stores them 0 through 14 in the opposite order. So maybe it would make sense for me in my button state junk here. This maybe should just be an array of 14 objects instead. Or 15 objects instead. And then I can use because I do have this convert XY thing. I can make the opposite version so that it'll convert it back and then just set it in there. And then as I send the stuff through the Stream Deck library, it'll already be matched up to where I need it to be. So that would probably make a lot more sense, but I'm just going to leave it be for the moment. Going to make it easier to write the reducer without without having to write the logic to reverse it, take an XY and turn it into the number. which I will eventually do. So this is going to be a complicated one. So let me think. How do I do this? I may actually have to look this one up because you have to keep all like you need to set just the one value that I need to set in this array of 15 things. Maybe this is another reason why I need to flatten this so that it's not as complicated, because if instead of sending XY, if I send the ID or the index, that actually makes it really easy because you just use slice. By nesting it, you can still do it with slice, but it gets more complicated. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna have to just do it now. IDX. We'll get rid of X entirely here. Then I have a convert function, right? So I gotta grab that. It's in the stream deck, right? Yeah. So I got it from index here. I'll just copy and paste. Let's convert key. And yeah, I'm gonna have to make it go backwards too. So I convert the key. So I go let x y equal convert key IDX. And then with that, what am I doing here? There. Yeah, let key, I think that should be right. Let me just comment this out and just spit out the key that I have just to make sure that this is right and not backwards now. That's a log key. It should be the opposite now. It should be the first button will be the BRB button. And then, yeah, the first button will be the BRB button. I believe. I guess we'll find out. Kill, start. See what we got. Right. Let XY. Isn't that right? Wait, why is this unsaved? What did I do? Oh, I see. This is... Oh, no, that works. I'll just leave it like that. What did I do here? Undefined of undefined. What did I do? Layout is here. IDX is 0. IDX is less than 15. IDX plus plus let XY equals convert key. And I know that syntax is right because I use it here. Oh, it's row call. Okay. Yeah. So actually that makes it easier to understand too. Row call. Okay. So that's right, because the button layout is opposite. So 0 becomes the top right button, which is my BRB button. BRB, keyboard can't, yeah, so this is right. So essentially looping through all of them. I'm going to check to see if visual exists. And then set that into my state. So far so good. All right, so I should see a whole bunch of state changes. Oh wait, no, I didn't actually do the set button reducer, but that actually becomes really easy because I just oh, you know what? I need to is there a shortcut for making a new array of a certain all right, let's cheat. JavaScript create array of empty whatever strings, doesn't matter. All right, maybe it does matter. All right, empty objects. Fill fills all the elements of an array from the start index to an index with a static value. No, I want like a predetermined length. Create array of empty objects of predetermined length. There you go. If not, I'll just do a push thing, but that's nasty. You want to initialize array 4, but then how do you set the values? See, this is what I didn't want to. This is not what I want, but array 5 gives you no apply array for each ES6 array from array 5. Fill with the S5 you could simply do array n fill 0. It's a lot more concise than array apply new map. Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, this is probably what I want. And then n that'll be 15. I hope that works. Oh, right. That doesn't exist anymore. So what would this be? It would be the index, right? So index IDX. Button state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. All right, cool. So that actually did work. Okay, so then I can do a slice thing now in my reducer to set those. I always forget the logic for this. I'm just gonna look it up. Mutable replace in list, replace item in list. There we go. Not with mutable JS. I don't want a mutable JS though. No. I just want to do it with slices. Slice. I just forget the syntax. JavaScript. Replace item in list with slices. There we go. Let's see if this is it. No. Okay. Let's do Redux reducer. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Oh, back up. There we go. Array.slice. Action.value. Action index. Action index. I thought it was, but I wasn't positive. I couldn't remember if you needed to add something at the end of this slice or not, or if it would just go to the end. I didn't remember. Okay. And that returns... okay, that should be it. This will be easy to see because it'll update the state on each call. So it should be easy to tell that it's actually working or not. End task. All right, here we go. So that array of blank objects should then become it should just be filled out on each call. Yeah. Perfect. So yeah. So the first 5 buttons are now set with the color. And then these should be 10 left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So something's not right. What did I do? Action.index. I am going from 0 to 15, right? Ugh. All right, let's see what it's sending. Okay. It is sending. Where? Let's send it. Change from main to... So it's like it's adding it. It is index, right? That's what I called it, right? Action.index. 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 Why am I not seeing the debug message too? I did save it, right? Yeah. I should be seeing the set button stuff and what it's actually sending. I feel like I messed something up here. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is it. Okay. I see. It got pushed off to the next line. Okay. Set button, index 4, color green. So that's right. But why is it inserting and not replacing? Indexes array. Let's see here. Set button 3. Set button 2. Yeah, I mean, this is... It's sending the value correctly. It's not replacing it correctly. It's really weird. All right, what did I mess up? Action index, action value. I gotta look at this again. Oh, that's insert. I'm a dummy. Updating an item in the array. Yeah. Okay. That's right. Updating one item that can be accomplished using array map, returning a new value for the item we want, and returning the existing for the others. Right. Otherwise, this is the one we want. Really? No, I thought there was a better way to do this. That is insert now that I... Yeah. Returning new value for the item we want and returning the existing value. But why is this so complicated? Otherwise, return. This is the one we want. Return an updated value. Return item. I don't get this last bit here. I get this. I don't get this. Because why would we return the item if we're just... you know, I'm gonna... I get what they're going for, but I don't think that's right. I think the idea is button state, right? This would be state dot button state dot map button idx, right? And then how are they checking? If index equals action index. Okay, so return idx equals action index. So if they do match, return the value instead, else return the original button. That seems right. Yeah, that seems right. I got my index. I might update my insert backwards. Okay, that looks a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay. I still wish I understood what that was for. I don't know. Otherwise, return the existing values of all the other items. Yeah, but... Huh. Oh, maybe this is... No, I don't know. I was going to say maybe it doesn't insert if it doesn't exist or something. I'm not sure. Okay. That may be a good stopping point for me, I think. So the next thing I need to do is now watch the button state. Yeah, I just need to watch the button state now for changes. So I'll just do the same thing with the watch. And then if it changes, just loop through them and actually set the buttons on the Stream Deck to match what is in the current state. I think it's probably the easiest thing. I think that's actually going to be fairly easy, but I just have a few things I need to do, so I better go and do them. Probably do a stream tomorrow. And maybe even tonight. I don't know. I'm going to see how the night goes. It's still fairly early. It's only 5:30, so there's time. I just need to grab I need to do a few things. I need to grab some food, and then I'll jump back into it and see what I can do next. I'll commit what I have so far to get, and I'll post this up on YouTube, and yeah, and we'll go from there. Alrighty. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon, I'm sure. Thanks.